So today I'm going to show you how we can create or manage the releases for our product through Installshield Installer. So many of us have worked with TFS, which is Team Foundation Server, which is specific to the Microsoft Visual Studio, and by that feature, by that TFS, we can manage the builds for each application. So managing builds means, let's say I have my company has more than one customer for the same product. Product is like a desktop application, right? And for client A, the product name should be like exa desktop app. For client B, that should be the name of product should be like Bharti uh, desktop app, right? Something like that. So for that reason, we need to configure our installer for the same product in that way, so that the final exe, which is the installer, would be a different for each of the client, right? So how we will do this? So you know that we will just opening this install sheet installer for that project, and we'll navigate to this release node from the installation designer. Here you can see that I have already configured one product configuration. So let me tell you what is the funda of these product configuration and the releases inside the things. So first of all, there is a root node which is releases. So if you read the details here, you will get to know like what is the releases, what is the product configuration, everything. Like I will just go in brief and will let you know how we can, what is the meaning of these product configuration. So let's say my client is exa, and for the exa I have configured the product configuration, right? Exa client, right? I have another client which is Airtel client, right? So we have two clients, exa and Airtel. So for each of them I have created different product configuration. So what is the magic of these product configuration? So we know that in the product configuration we have these listed fields by which we can make differences among these product configurations, right? So let's say my this product configuration says that product name should be exa desktop suite. Remember, this product name is the same as we saw in general information product name, right? But for each in the release section, most of the fields which are being shown in the general information are overridden for each client or releases, right? So for exa I have configured the name of products like product exa product structure. For Airtel I have configured it like Airtel desktop app, right? Now for product version I will say I will be keeping it 1.0.0.0.1, right? And here I will be keeping, so these are the overdone things, right? I'm keeping this one. Now come to this package code, although I don't know the package code, what is the use of this, but I'm keeping it different. Generate package code means it will generate automatically, so okay, that's fine, whatever. We product configuration flags, so you know that product configuration flags means it is the release flags. So you know the release flags uses, release flags means, let's say I have to include few feature for Airtel. I mean, let's say I have a feature, and in this feature let me open it. In this feature there are two components, right? So although right now I have to include both of the features for both of the clients, but let's suppose for Airtel client I have to uh, release this feature only, this component only, or for the exa client I have to release only this component. So what I will be doing, I will be just applying a release flag on that. There is a field on release for the release flag, maybe on this or somewhere else. Let me check. So okay, so this is for the feature, right? So basically, let's say I have few features. I have more than one features in my installer, and I will like to just provide the access of one feature to the client exa and another feature access of the another feature to the editor, right? So in that case, how will I do it? I will be just writing like release flag exa or whatever we I will name it, and I will just map with the names here with, to the release as well. So come to this product configuration. So I will be just writing the that name of the release flag here. So based on the release flag, it will filter in all the features which have the same release flag configured. So this way I can use the product configuration flags for consuming the filtered releases, right? Filtered features. So this way I can use it. Now come to this subject. So this is just a subject, we saw the same thing in the general information, subject, author, template, summary, schema and everything. So these are the same as shown in general. So I am saying it should be text Rahul subject. I have written the same different name here, so it could be AHL subject, it could be at a client, and same thing goes for the exa, although it will not be shown, but I'm adding it. Exa client, exa client, exa title, and let's say I just want to support 64-bit platform for the exa client, and for the Airtel client I would just like to support 32-bit. So I can manage it here, right? So for that cause, I I need to just set up all the components on the 32-bit for the 32-bit support, right? So we can do this. I'm just using x64 just for the sake of example, right? Naval example, right? Done this. Same thing goes for the template summary. So for each product we can make the changes, make the differences by a template summary. Now architect validation. So I don't know what is the architect validation, but it's something like you can read the things here, right? So this will help you about the information for each thing, right? Now commands, it's just a command, this to over this installer contains the logic, so this will not be shown or displayed anywhere. Just example, whatever be. Same thing goes for the exa, example exa, right? Now come to this schema. I'm just leaving it. It says something like if we have to configure the installation for Windows installer 3.1 or something else, then we can configure it. So I'm just leaving it. Now let's move on to this new product code. So the product code is the thing which identifies the product uniquely on a machine, right? So this is necessary thing. I just it is basically, it will override the value which we have given in the general information tab, right? Now upgradation code, any value, same here. Now processor defines. So You can read this thing here. I am just leaving it because I haven't gone in depth with this. Now MSI package file name. So you know that we have two forms of output via install sheet. One is setup.exe, another one is MSI file, right? So even we can get both of them, but let's say if your MSI is getting produced, then what should be the name of that MSI? So I will say like why it's not getting renamed, exa product suite, right? And here I will write Airtel product suite. And for the setup file name I will be giving a different name. In case we don't give the name, that particular the name, it will be setup.exe. Let me show you why it is like that way. I will show you the output actually. It's opening, I think. Yeah, so basically if you see the details here in this installer project, in the dream, but it should be in Kudos release, disk image. So basically this is the name, something like that, right? So let me just come to this point, close it, and I'm just giving a different name here, Airtel installer, right? And here I have written the name as exa installer. Include custom action help, yes. Include custom action help, yes. So let me give you a demo first. I will be just compiling. Okay, so basically I should be having a release as well, right? For each client we will be having a release. Because of the release I will be getting the release, right? So we have a release here. I will be just having one more release here for my new client Airtel. So A1, this is my release, and in this release I have to configure few basic things or very special things which need to be configured at must, right? So this is the compression, and come to the reset period, then I will be setting up this required execution level as well, and nothing else, right? I will be just saving it, build A1. So that means if I have my control is on A1, my A1 is selected, that means this release will get built, right? So I'm just building it. Built. Now let's see, and let's do it. Come to this port configuration for the Airtel. Now see the output. This is Airtel installer. The name comes from this field, setup file name, right? And let me see if there is any MSI file as well. If this is, then we can see. I think this will not be an MSI file as of now, but let me see. No, so I will be having only this file, right? I will be just installing it, so you know that it will prompt, see Airtel desktop app, and the name comes from this field, Airtel desktop app. So this is the product name, and I will be seeing all the details here. Welcome to the wizard for Airtel desktop app, and next. So everywhere Airtel desktop app. So you know that the uses of product name and setup file name. Now product version, for the effect of product version and other things, I will be just moving to this, completing this installation first. Why what's inside it. Let me just check it. Yeah, install. It will actually install, right? Let me open the control panel. Now you can see that there is no Airtel installer or Airtel Pro or something. It is actually installing right now. Let's see. I don't know why it is taking much time. It should be installed very soon. Let it do. It's doing something. So after this I will be showing the Exa client effect. Also need to show the multiple instances, the effect of multiple instances. So by this I will be just wrapping up this demo. Let it do. Yes, it is happening now. Yes. So now it has been installed our Airtel desktop, and my product name was Airtel desktop app, right? So if I just go to the control panel and see what's there, install on based on the install, right? This is my Airtel desktop app, right? And version is 1.0.0.1, right? Now you can see that detailed product name, this support, this everything is like that, which came from the general information tab, right? Now just come to this. I will be building this kudos release, which is for the Exa client, and let's see the output of this as well. I think I haven't closed it, so it may cause the issue. I will have to close it. So now I will be just opening the installation directory. So as of now you can see that there is an install exe. You remember for the Airtel client we got the different exe, right? And for the Exa client we have a different exe. So I will be just installing it. So remember, you were expecting that like if I am installing this product second time for the same application, then it should prompt me to not to install the same version, right? But it is not asking like that, because the product code for this different product configuration is different, right? So this is the configuration based. So I have done this, so I am able to set up this Exa client UI as well on my same system on which Airtel client has already been installed, right? So see, Exa desktop suite, and let me to come to this file. So file name was exa installer.exe, and this file name came from this setting, which is Exa installer, right? So let me just install it. One more thing, see product name Exa desktop suite, so the same is being reflected in the on each dialog, Exa desktop suite, right? So Exa desktop suite. Next, install it. Complete, install it. So it will install my Exa desktop suite, and let me to check on the control panel, refreshing it. So you can see that I have two applications, Airtel desktop app and Exa desktop suite, right? Both installed on my machine. Now remember, for these are for the different clients, right? So now let's suppose for the Exa client, or let's suppose for the Airtel client, let me just uninstall both of the things first, so that I can show the magic. I mean, I'm just show the magic on the Airtel. So I will be just uninstalling the Airtel one. What is he saying? I think something's in progress or what? I didn't get it. Okay, so maybe let me try to uninstall it through this way. Let me see what's happening. Is it uninstalling or not? Okay, something is gonna happen. So guys, anyways, I was able to just install those things. Now I am showing one more configuration which is very important to for all of you. So come to this point, as you can see that I have shown you how we can configure the release for differently for each client. For X, I have given the example of Exa and Airtel. Now I'm going to show you, let's say for Airtel client, I have to support multiple instances of the same application to be installed. So let's say as of now I am supporting only one instance, so that's the reason there is no any instance. Let's say I want to support more than one instance, so I will be adding new. This is the instance number 1, and here is the product code for this will be different one, and I can add more than one property here. So let's say I am adding I'm just looking for the different version, or let's say I am supporting a different product name. So let's say I say the product name for this new instance would be Airtel Bharti, right? I have given this name and I am just building it, so I can add more than one properties. So you know properties are from where properties comes from this property manager. You can use any property which is kind of available here. So I have used product name for the different instance. So I have configured this instance for this Airtel client. For the Exa client I have configured the different, so this will not be relevant to this Airtel one. So for the Airtel client I have configured the different instance. So one instance is already existing. I have configured the second instance, which is number 1, and the product code for this will be this, and product name will be this. So how it will happen, how it will impact the installation. So let me just show you. I will be just closing this next folder and just 1 second. I am just configuring a different one, right? I think I'm doing wrong. Okay, wait a minute. Let me come to this A1. I will be compiling this build one. And now I will be checking the installer is same. Let's see what happens. So as of now, when I am installing it, the product name for this instance is Airtel desktop app, right? Remember it. I will be showing this for the same thing for different instance, right? Airtel desktop app, accepted, next, complete, install, right? I'm installing it. So this is done. Let me show you on the control panel. So we have Airtel desktop app. Now let's suppose you want to reinstall it. So you know what options will be available in installer. So but right now you can see the different page, right? Like this, you have an option of install a new instance. You have another option of maintain or upgrade existing instance. For both of them the product name is different, same, but let's see how we can configure the different name for the same product, right? So click on next and we'll see the difference here. So guys, I was just trying to install second instance for the same application, so let's try it. I have opened the same installer. Let's click on it and just check what's happening there. So As of now you can see that this time I have prompt a new dialog in which I have two options, like either should I install a new instance or I should maintain and upgrade an existing instance. So if I click on the maintain or upgrade an existing instance, I see the instance which is already existing, right? If I am going to click on this new instance, then let's see what happens. Let me just first go for the maintain and upgrade. So go to the next, and we are seeing the dialog which will applicable for the old one, right? Like this modify, repair or remove. I will be just clicking cancel, yes, and I will be just clicking on this installer again, just to see what is in the new install new instance flow, right? So I will be going with this install a new instance, click on next. Now wait, if you have observed lastly, then for the same client I have a product name like Airtel desktop app, and for the instance the product code is Airtel Bharti. And if I talk about this installer, then I have a name with Airtel Bharti. So this means this is the instance 1, right? I will just go to the next. So that means I can configure more than one property here for each of the instance. I will just go to next, 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 and will install it. So as of now you can see that right now it is desktop app, and let's see what happens after the installation. So after installation has been finished, and in the control panel we have Airtel Bharti and Airtel desktop, right? So that means I have supported two instances of the same application for the same client, right? Now in case let's say I try to double click on this, then what happens? Because I have consumed all the instances available for the same installer. Now we don't have install or new instance options. We have to select either any of the options by which we will be maintaining or upgrading an instance. Let's say I will suppose to uninstall this Airtel desktop app, right? So we'll just go to next. I need to uninstall Airtel desktop app, right, which is the core instance. Remove, next, remove. So it will remove the core instance. Finish. You can see the same thing on the control panel. We have only remaining Airtel Bharti. Now I will be just clicking on this again. Now it is asking for the install a new Bharti. I'm not going to for this because you know that I have it is supporting two instances, or I have uninstalled one of them, right? So it is again asking for the install a new instance, but I'm not going for that. I am just upgrading the existing one, so I am just uninstalling that one. Done. Now you can see that I in my system there is no any Airtel specific software installed, right? If I double click on this again, then what happens? Let me check. So ultimately this is not asking for the instance, because it will ask for the instance only when there is a core or when there is any one instance already installed on the system, right? So that's the reason it is not asking. Now so as of now we have seen that how we can configure the releases of the same application via installer for different clients. So I have shown this via this product configuration tab, and for each client we will be having different product configuration, and for each product configuration we will be having different properties, different values, and we will be having different releases for the same products. I mean to say, let's say I have a Airtel client, I can have more than one releases for the same client. So we'll come to next for the releases configuration. and for the same client I can manage more than one instances. So let's say I have configured one more extra instance for the other client, and here two the extra instances for the extra client. So that is from my side. In next demo I will be showing how we can configure the releases for the same client. I mean to say, let's say I have a client XR, I have a client Airtel, and for the Airtel client I have to install the software on the 32-bit system as well as on the 64-bit systems, right? And you know that in the install sheet I can either support 32-bit or 64-bit. So that means I need to give the client two exe, one for the 32-bit system and another for the 64-bit system. So that in that case I will be uh, creating two different releases for the same client. So I will be detailing all these things in the next demo. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks.